We're here with Hollyanne Peck, Director of Marketing for Karma Automotive.
This is Amplify, a retail automotive podcast brought to you by Reuters Events and ASOTU. It's time to make the most innovative voices in retail automotive louder.
Here we are, Hollyanne. Good to have you.
Good morning. Good morning.
How you doing today? What?
Morning.
Look at that. Morning. I think at the Reuters event, there's like
Yes.
there's different greeting.
Everybody just kind of opens up the palette just a little bit
Stands
more.
Just a
taller.
little.
That's terrible.
Yes.
Why am I doing an English accent? Come on.
Here we go. Hollyanne, good to have you here. It's the first time I think we've ever
Thank
been
you.
on like a podcast together.
Yes. I've
Known
always
each
been
other for
behind
a
the
hot
scenes
minute,
for a while, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So tell us about your current role. Like, what are you doing on a regular basis? Where are we going with this?
Well, I'm the Director of Marketing at Karma Automotive, and it's really exciting time for us right now. And so, believe it or not, marketing is kind of just running around like crazy, trying to make sure everything is ready.
believe
And there's so much to talk about. I could sit here for 3 hours just talking about what we do in one morning, right? But we've got a team that's just really hungry to be out there and get ourselves known a little more.
Okay.
You're going to see some exciting things.
So tell us a little bit about Karma, because it's newer to the market, right? Just as a brand. But tell us a little bit about what the brand's doing and how it's coming to market.
Well, we're a little different than some of the other EV companies that are out there. There's a ton of us, right? As we're kind of needed in the market right now and growing. But we are American made. We're America's only ultra luxury vehicle.
And it's been around. Like I've only been hearing about it lately, but you've been around for a little while.
Yes.
Or at least in like concept and like
Yes.
prototypes and all that stuff.
Exactly. We're actually going on about 10 years.
Wow.
Okay. And we have a wonderful vehicle that we have for sale right now. We also have an amazing design team and a new leader, Marcus McCammon, who has a design background, among other things. I mean, the guy kind of does everything and does it all well. So we're all very focused on the future of American-made ultra luxury.
So separate ultra luxury from luxury for us.
That's an interesting debate I actually had yesterday here. Somebody was telling me it's only about the price. That means you're going to charge a lot. No. It's also about the experience. The fact that you can be one of very small amount of people to own the car. So it's definitely a niche market. We're not looking for mass appeal. We're not looking for the, I'm going to sell 3 million cars this year. That's not us. That's not the market we're going for. Right. And there's a gap there that we feel we can fill and fill well.
Now, you, through your history in automotive, have been primarily on the industry partner side of things, right? And so moving to an OE, and especially an EV OEM, is got to be come with its new excitements and challenges. Talk through that transition and what assuming kind of a new role within the industry has been.
Well, I'll actually go a little further because I only met you when that was going on, but my actual background is I started in dealerships.
Okay.
And I started a bunch of internet departments when it was a phase. Yeah.
We'll get through this. Let's just
Yeah,
do it
exactly. But then I just kept wondering, and I don't know that a lot of salespeople on the floor understand, how do the cars get here? Where do they come from? They just show up one day. And who's that guy in the suit that keeps walking in the building once a month and then just leaves? So I had
Gets
to
all the attention when he's here.
Exactly.
Everyone moves around.
Everyone has to clean
Scrambles.
up.
Yeah.
They tell me to clean my desk, right?
Exactly. So then I realized, there's a whole side of the business that, I never knew existed. And so I actually got a job with Subaru of America.
Okay.
Love Subaru and the company, what it stands for, how they go to market, how they've been growing amazingly. And then I was recruited by Lincoln, Ford Motor Company, to come help them with their process training and digital online experiences and all the customer experiences.
So you've had some of that OEM experience in your past. Yeah. It's very cool.
And honestly, working with Lincoln, such a great organization, and then I had an opportunity to go work on the vendor side. So I do have all three, dealer, OEM, and vendor. And then I was lucky to be able to work with Carrie Wise over at Automotive and the team there. and learned a lot about fintech, and even more about digital retailing. And then William called me one day, my boss at Karma, and I was like, "This is an amazing opportunity. This is amazing. I need to do this." So I literally moved my entire life from Florida. I lived on the beach in Florida and was constantly warm, to California, which is absolutely beautiful, but I'm freezing constantly.
What part of California?
I live in Southern California. Our offices are in Irvine, so I actually live in
really
Laguna.
must love the heat, because I don't know that anyone.
Yeah,
like Irvine,
California is like 70 year round. And to a Floridian, that's cold.
It is. It is, right?
That sounds amazing.
I'm constantly in a hoodie. It's always a little chilly, but it's just beautiful there. So.
Paul's like, that's
70,
balmy.
like, yeah.
So from Syracuse.
People escaped to San Diego. Right? That's great.
No, it's great. It's great. It was a good move for me career-wise, working with a great team, great company, and I get to live in Southern California. I'm not really sure it could get much better, right?
So when it comes to the customer experience, you were talking about that a little bit earlier,
Mm-hmm.
and when an ultra luxury brand has to compete in a world where like you're working not to compete in price, you're working to compete in status or experience.
Exactly.
What are some of the challenges that come up for the brand in finding the right market, in making sure that market understands who it is, and then understands how they're connected to that brand past a purchase? Yeah.
It's actually not as easy as it might sound to some people. I know there's a lot of people who haven't really done marketing, and I was that person in the beginning of my career, right? I'm in sales going, why aren't these marketing people doing more? Now that I'm in marketing and have learned a lot about it, it's actually, you can't have marketing that's effective without a client experience attached to it. And that's a very difficult concept for some people to actually pull in to their marketing. So it's not just, hey, here's a direct mail piece, here's a banner ad. It's about the experience that goes with it. I think you guys have probably talked about it to other people when you're talking about digital transactions or digital retailing. It's the same. How are you going to make a client feel like you're paying attention to just them, that personalized customer experience through digitally? So we're kind of the same way. So how do you, from a tier one aspect, grab someone's heartstrings?
What's the handoff that typically happens in your world? Someone finds the brand or goes to the website. I don't know if they place an order. Like, how does your ordering system work? Physical stores?
Yes,
combined. I know
we
you
do.
have some.
We have over 35 stores globally. Most are in North America.
Do you call them stores, retail out? Because I know they're kind of bougie and
they're
really cool.
They are a little bougie, I guess.
Ultra luxury. You
why
can't
wouldn't
say
they
ultra
be?
luxury and not be bougie.
Not be bougie a little bit,
Well,
right?
then I am a little bougie, I suppose.
Bougie.
I like it. I could be fine. I don't know. That seems like a wristband.
I'm a little bougie.
I'm a little bougie.
Feeling bougie. Yeah.
Next T-shirt for ASOTU. It's hard to kind of find that niche and that feel.
What's the average journey? Like, how does someone buy a car?
Honestly, right now we're very typical in how you would buy a car, and that is a lot of people come to our website, they go to a local dealer and buy it like they would, most of us.
They like that experience.
Not necessarily.
Not necessarily. Okay.
Yeah. So we're working on processes right now to change that and make it so that, number one, we're not eliminating the dealer necessarily, the way people would think, but also helping the dealer. So, our website, ordering services, anything of that nature that can help them feel personally taken care of. And I think the one thing that, I say this, not everybody, but I really feel like the new wealthy, or the new idea of wealth, is more about time, experience, loving people, right? It's more about that personal, private time, and not having to spend all your time running around, going to a car dealer, doing all this stuff, which kind of goes in again to the retail, the digital, right?
Makes you feel
What's
special.
the value of a minute is more than what's the value of a dollar.
That's
Exactly.
right.
I mean, am I going to spend 3 hours at a dealership just test driving and landing on a car? Never mind going through finance, right?
Yeah, right.
Or do I want to spend 3 hours at my kid's soccer game, or going out and trying a new restaurant with my friends? I mean, so it's very much so about personal experience, and I think that the more the higher end, ultra luxury is definitely looking for that customized experience. Come to me sort of idea, or how are you going to come to me?
Yeah.
Well, look, I love that we just talked ultra luxury on the floor with Hollyanne.
We're
super
bougie.
Thanks for joining
Yes.
us today, Hollyanne. It's been great.
Thank you, guys. Thanks.
Thanks for listening to the Amplify podcast, brought to you by Reuters Events and ASOTU. For more engaging episodes like this, subscribe or follow on your favorite podcast platform. You can learn more about our hosts, Paul J. Daly and Cal Mountsier, by visiting asotu.com.